Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to do a test drive video since it's too cold out right now to wash it. Here in Florida it's like 50 something degrees and that's just too cold for us. So I'm going to do a test drive video today. Since a lot of people do test drive videos, I figured why not? I have to hold my phone the whole time because I don't have one of those head things, but test drive of the 1996 Chevy Caprice 9C1 with an LT1. I always liked the look of just seeing a spotlight at the corner. Yeah, it's a blind spot, but all you have to do is this and you don't have a blind spot. So I've always liked the look of a spotlight. This is the interior. Ticket light. I added 2 gauges. I got a temp gauge and an oil pressure gauge. The oil pressure sending unit was messed up and always reads high now, so it's whatever. And the temperature gauge, I just wanted to make sure the car wasn't overheating when it says it was getting hot, and really it wasn't. It was running like 200, and I think these run like 210 normally. Let me put my heater on since it is kind of cool. So I've got 6,000 miles on this car now, and 158 is what it really has, but the engine's brand new, so I only have 6,000 miles on this car. The only thing that's going wrong with this thing is the, I believe it's the torque converter is going out. It still shifts fine and everything, but if you do high revs, like hauling ass, you feel the little like bumping. I might try some like some shutter additive. Sometimes that stuff works. Smooth ride, drives like a caddy. I'll gun it when I get out of the neighborhood here. All my lights work, blinkers work, radio works. I wish he didn't delete the radio antenna, the guy who owned it before me, because the reception is kind of crap, but I put an extended antenna and I shoved it in the fender, and it's kind of sticking up by the windshield. So it helps a little bit. This is my daily driver. So I drive an hour to work every day, to work and back home. So 2 hours a day I drive this car. Classic old school blinkers here. Now I'll give it some gas. Got good pickup, that's for sure. There's wind noise in this car, but I think it's where the spotlight is. Other than that, it's a lot quieter than my 06 Crown Vic that I had. That thing was loud as hell on the road. This thing's smooth and fairly quiet. Most of the time I have my music up anyways. Park it here, get out. So the last time I did the video, I don't think I had my I had deleted the I reamed the catalytic converters because they broke apart inside and started making a lot of noise, and I changed the starter. Man, my car's filthy right now. I haven't cleaned it in like 2 weeks. But it does have some nice ceramic coating and some graphene, so it still looks fairly clean. You can hear that exhaust. Sounds a little beefier. It's not too much, but you know, it's noticeable. Drive it the rest of the way. heater gets hot in this car. Now, I know one thing, I don't know if I mentioned it in other videos, these cars, being the police model, they have a button right here. It's blackout mode. It turns this off and it turns that off when you just have the car running, you know, with your lights off. If you have your lights on, it doesn't turn off, but I'll push the button here. See, it blacks everything out. That's kind of cool. And then, you know, you got your police trunk button is right there, whereas on the normal civilian models, it would be inside of the glove compartment. What else? There's no lights on the ends of the seats there. You know, because if you open the door, you don't want the, you know, lights on inside the car. No lights come on in this car. You have to turn them on either with the switch right there, or I just use the ticket light because that thing is bright. You don't need no dome light. The little dome light that's there doesn't hardly do anything. That's bright as heck. This thing's got defrosting mirrors, and it's got a rear defrost, which works excellent. I don't know if it's my key that's worn out or not, because I've tried it with multiple keys. I have like 7 or 8 pairs of keys for this car, but I know every pair of keys that I got does this, and I can be driving still. So I can literally turn my car on and pull the key out and let it run. And I normally do that in the morning to warm the car up if it's cold out. What else? I don't know what else. It's got adjustable mirror. Power windows, power locks, driver airbag, and a horn, and passenger airbag. I deactivated my driver airbag, and I'm probably going to deactivate the passenger one as well. I don't want to take the risk of it going off, because I've heard of just airbags fucking going off if you like hit a shopping cart in a parking lot and it just goes off. If the airbag goes off in the dash, it's going to break parts of the dash, and good luck with finding parts for this thing, especially a dash. You can't find a dash for these things, and if you do, the top parts, they're going to be like $300-400 a piece. And my lower dash already has a crack there, and lower dashes are very expensive too. Got 50 pounds of oil pressure. The car's running at about 180 right now, so normal temperature 180. If you turn the heater off, like the BL, whatever that means, that's like my heater. I turn that as my heater on. Heater, where it says heat, normally just blows hot air on your feet. But if you have the AC on, or BL, or AC, or max, it kicks on that secondary fan, and the car will not run hot. I mean, you could be I was in like 110 degree weather or so, and it won't overheat. But if you don't have any of that on, and you're sitting in like stop and go traffic, or you're stuck at like, you know, in a drive-through or something getting some food, it's gonna yeah, it'll start to peg. It'll start to overheat. I started overheating a few days ago. I stopped at a Circle K because I seen some guy with an old double black LTD that I was like, oh man, that caught my eye. And I went to go talk to him about his car, and I was talking to him for probably like 5 minutes, and I was like, oh crap, and I went in my car and looked, and my temperature needle on here was like almost at the red, but on the gauge it said 190, so I wasn't really scared. So, yeah, well, that's enough of my rambling, and that's my drive video. There's not much to tell other than this is like probably one of the best driving cars I've ever had. Steering is a little tight. I wish it was a little looser, like the LTDs were. Reverse. But yeah, that's my driving video. I'd be interested to watch the video and hear what the engine sounded like when I gave it some gas, because it does sound good when you're in the car. It sounds great. All right, and I guess that's it for the video. Turn the car off. Get one more shot of my dirty 96. I took my beauty rings off. I had the full face hubcaps on it, but they were broke. They kept breaking because they're cheap. So I just put my dog dishes back on, but that is the 96. Hope y'all enjoyed the video.